the conversation, this is something that, of course, as Joyita pointed out, we see around ourselves as well. We don't necessarily need a UN report for this realization that a lot of young couples today who are running double income homes are still deciding to only invest into, say, one child, or perhaps not have children at all. And a lot of that sometimes also stems from the fact that it is just, as people say, extremely expensive to have children. I don't think it's necessarily just about women not wanting to give up a so-called freedom. All of our mothers, I had a working mother, and she's managed to raise 2 children and still have a career. So I don't think it really just boils down to demonizing women and saying that because more women are joining the workforce or more women are wanting to earn an income, therefore they're choosing not to have children and sacrifice freedom. I don't think that that's the case. That could be for some people. But Mitali, I want to understand from you, the government then also perhaps, do you feel, need to take some steps in order to make it an environment that is conducive for young couples who are earning well to be able to afford to have more than one child in a city? Today, the school fees itself for a single child is something that people really have to think about. So there are so many little decisions that are involved in having a child, and I don't think it simply boils down to a fertility rate coming down in a UN report.
No, absolutely, Devika. That's very, very correct. And there are a number of issues that, you just pointed out. The first point I'd like to make is, with respect to women's labor force participation and the care economy. Overall, when we look at the life cycle of a woman's labor force participation, and Nikore Associates has done a lot of work on this, we find that childbirth is the point at which we see the maximum dropout of women from the labor force, right? The first child may not always result in complete dropout, but the second child is really when women start to drop out completely from the labor force. Now, what is happening today is pure economics, right? On one side, you have cost of living that's going up. You need to have more and more women stepping into the labor force, not just for economic justice, but today as a means of economic necessity and for middle class and lower middle class households to even survive, particularly in urban areas, right? So you will have women who will have to work. Secondly, you don't have any kind of childcare facilities that are even available. The lack of affordable childcare facilities and the lack of affordable daycare centers creates a situation where a woman has to rely on her parents, mostly her mother or her mother